Let's begin. Everyone, please say 3 times loudly. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Very good evening to everyone. And so very nice to see all of you today too. Before we begin, let me wish the same wish. So I sincerely wish, may this session also help you to develop in your Dhamma practice at least one step further. And may you be able to may you be able to experience at least little inner peace and inner happiness within. With that wish, so we are going to start today's session. Dear Dhamma friends, now so the old students. So today I will so request the old students to observe the sense. I will request the old students to start the third step of Vipassana meditation. So we were observing the sensations on our head and on the face area. So all students will be requested to observe the sensations today. So the sensations on your neck and the hands, right? Starting from the neck. So please observe the sensations on your both hands, right? Then new students, they'll be requested to practice breathing meditation, first step of breathing meditation as usual. So if you have been coming more than 2 months, and if you have been practicing breathing meditation for 2 months, then so you can start practicing the second step of breathing meditation. So if you want, so generally in the first step, what you have been doing most, you observing the natural breath. So you observing the breath coming in, which is coming in and which is going out, right? So Jin, can you give him can you take one of those files? Yes. So right then. So for the newcomers, I requested to observe the normal natural breath. Right, when the breath is coming in, you were instructed to observe it as it is. When it is going out, you were instructed to observe it as it is. And at the same time, I requested to not to observe the breath beyond the end of your nostrils. Right, so just observe the breath up to the ending point of your nostril, if you are a newcomer, right? Then if the breath is long, be aware that right now, the breath that I'm experiencing, it is long. If the breath is short, please be aware, right now, the breath that I'm experiencing, it is short. So if the breath is cross, if the breath is soft, let it be so. Just keep on being aware about the breath as it is. Don't imagine any breath. So don't force the breath to be different. Just accept it as it is, right? So don't try to change it. Let the natural breath to come, natural breath to go. If you are a student who have been practicing breathing meditation for about 2 months, the first step, then please start practicing the second step by limiting your observation to the triangular area, right? That triangular area means the nose area and which ends with the upper lip, right? Within this area, so when the breath comes and touches, please keep on being aware. So that's for the students who have been practicing for about 2 months, right? So who were practicing breathing meditation for about 2 months, right? Then don't worry about the breath which goes inside. Just observe the touch of the breath. So on this triangular area, right? So within within the time that you don't experience the breath, please stay very, very patient and alert. Very, very patient and alert, right? So newcomers, please practice the first step, and the other students who have been practicing breathing meditation for about 2 months, they are kindly requested to practice the second step of breathing meditation. And after doing this for about 2-3 weeks, please start practicing the first step of Vipassana, right? The all students, they are kindly requested to practice Vipassana meditation, right? So the third step of Vipassana meditation. So please observe the sensations. So on your neck area and the hands, right? So when the sensations arise on your neck area, so front portion of your neck, observe them as it is. Let it be heat, let it be coldness, let it be itching, pulsing, or so let it be hardness, softness, or so throbbing sensation, or let it be any sensation. If you don't feel those sensations, even if you feel the touch of the air, that's also a sensation, right? Observe that sensation. Note down that sensation. And if you feel sweating, so that's also a good sensation, right? So observe it as it is without hating it. If you feel pain, so that's also a sensation. Observe them as it is. Observe that particular sensation as it is, and understand this is also impermanent change, right? And then please observe the sensations on your on the back portion of your head, neck. Sorry, neck. And then after that, move your awareness. So move your attention towards the right shoulder. Right? Then after that, please move your awareness to the upper arm. Upper arm. Right? Upper arm, right? Yeah, upper arm. Then after that, please observe the sensations on your elbow. Right? Then after that, please observe the sensations on your lower arm. Right? Then please observe the sensations on your wrist. Right? Then please observe the sensations on the upper palm. I mean, on the palm area, right? So upper palm. And then please observe the sensations on your lower palm. And finally, so observe the sensations on your right hand fingers, right? So if you have a very good concentration, observe the sensations on those fingers. So one by one. If not, just note down one sensation on one of those fingers. Right? Then move your attention towards the left arm, left hand shoulder, and then left upper arm, left elbow, left lower arm, then wrist. So upper palm, left upper palm, left lower palm, and then finally, so the fingers, right? Very calmly, please move your attention to part by part, pitch by pitch, right? And whatever sensations that you encounter, please understand they are impermanent, changing, right? And then on the month of April, I think, I instructed all students to practice the posture of determination, right? You were requested not to change your posture and maintain the posture at least throughout the Vipassana meditation session, right? So don't change your hands, don't change your head, don't change your legs. So maintain the posture. So throughout those 20-30 minutes, right? If you can maintain it until you finish the loving kindness session, so that's great. Even though not, at least throughout the Vipassana meditation session, please don't open your eyes. So don't move your legs. Don't move your hands. Maintain the posture continuously. By that way, so you can let go of, you can develop your determination. You can develop a lot of patience. And at the same time, you can let go of so many negativities that you do have. At the same time, you will be able to see, you will be able to move your attention. So part by part, pitch by pitch, faster, faster. When we move our body, the attention also changes. Right? Therefore, so try to maintain the same posture throughout those 20 minutes. If you cannot, that's fine. Just try. Just give you everything and try. Then, so that's the instruction, meditation instruction for Vipassana students. And then I also, what is that? All right, that's fine. Then, for the new students, I so kindly request to practice either the first step of breathing meditation or the second step of breathing meditation. Okay. Before we begin, I teach you something that you need to develop as so. I teach you some kind of quality that you need to develop as a meditator, right? So we learn so many things. Hope you remember. We talked about responsibilities. Responsibilities of parents towards children, children towards parents, friends towards friends, and then after that, employers towards employees, employees towards employers, and then after that, teachers to the students, students to the teachers, husband to wife, wife to husband. We learned a lot, right? And then, also we learn various other qualities. Hope you remember the 5S system and hope you practice that, right? I asked you to follow the 5S system and arrange your home cleanly, right? So hope you do that. I don't know. So I cannot send spies to see, check your home, but so you should be your own spy. I mean, the spy. I mean, the manager, right? You have to do it for yourself. Right. Today, we are going to learn about so two factors that can destroy one's fame. Right. So when you live in the society, sometimes people say, "Oh, I don't care what the other people think," but we need the other people's. I mean, a good word about us too, right? That's so. The good maintaining the good words to maintain the good words of the other people towards us, so we need to have a uh, so so good they have to be happy the way how we live, right? And that means so without harming anyone, we should live developing morality, concentration and wisdom in life, right? So then, so there are two factors that can destroy your reputation. So today we are going to learn the two factors that can destroy your reputation in the society, right? If you want, please write them down. There's a book inside. The first one is disobedience. The first one, that can destroy your fame is disobedience. Whenever someone says something, so when, especially the wise people, not the ignorant people, when the wise people say something, so we have to obediently listen, right? So listen and practice. If not, the wise people will criticize us. So we have to be humble. So when we live our life, we have to be humble, right? So we need the opinion of wise friends, wise people. If we don't follow them, we don't know when we can fall into so difficulties, right? Wise people always warn us, right? Teach something so that we can stay out of danger, right? So therefore, so always we need to be humble, and then so should develop obedience to the wise words of wise people. We have to think well, and then after that we have to figure out whether that's right or not, and then we have to be obedient to the wise opinions of wise people. If not, you're bound to fall into difficulties, dangers in life, and then you lose your reputation, right? So disobedience is the first factor. And then second one is association of bad friends, right? Whenever you associate bad friends who engage in various kinds of wrong actions, right? With if you associate people who harass the other people, who kill the other beings, who steal the other people's things, who practice sexual misconduct, who practice lying, right? Who practice who practice intoxicants, and who practice divisive speech, right? So then what will happen is then what will happen is, so you are also bound to get bad inspiration from such kind of people, and you'll change. Some we can see very saintly people. I mean, not saintly. I mean, there are uh, there are people who were brought up very well by their parents, that change because of the association of bad friends, right? There are certain people who later on went and lost their life, right? Have you heard of the book The Last Breath by Ajahn Pasanno? All right, it's a small booklet. So there's a PDF on the internet. If you want, you can read. It's I translated it into Sri Lankan language, Sinhalese. It's about good uh, so good Thai young boy, change lost lost his life because of the bad associations. He mingled with the bad crowd, and then finally they asked him to come for a robbery. So they insisted him, so he joined. And when they participated in the robbery, so they somehow they killed someone. Then so he is the one who finally got the blame, and then he got the capital punishment, right? Then he was given the capital punishment in San Quentin prison until his last breath. So Bante Ajahn Pasanno helped him to change, right? So it's a small book. It is good if you can read. So because of bad friends. I mean, practical examples. So from this real world, there are so many. So because of good friends, you can change so in a positive way, and because of bad friends, so you can change in a negative way. And at the same time, when you associate the wrong crowd, even though you have a lot of good qualities, the other people misunderstand you, right? They because then they so they I mean they say disgraceful words about you, right? When you associate bad friends, and then therefore the second thing that you can lose your good reputation is association of bad friends. Okay, so uh, then please do two things. First thing is be obedient to the wise words, sensible words of the wise people, right? So they may not be, they might not have a lot of followers on Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, or anywhere. But if those words are wise, accept them, right? So then uh, at the same time, so don't associate bad friends, even though how popular they are, right? Because finally, you will end up in disaster, right? So therefore, please be very wise. These are the two factors that can destroy someone's good reputation, fame. Okay, right. Then it is the time for the silent meditation. Hope you practice those two factors in life. So everyone now, please keep your back straight, neck straight, head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. After that, please let your whole body relax. Let your whole body to relax. Now with a very strong determination, everyone please get ready to start the meditation. Before we start the silent meditation, as usual, I'm going to pay our sincere respect and gratitude towards the Buddha by reciting several stanzas, three stanzas. So those stanzas contain the qualities of Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Everyone, please calmly concentrate on them. Calmly. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Itimiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho viññācarena sampanno sungato lokamido anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati sata deva manussanam buddho bhagavati swakato bhagavata dhammo Sangnitiko akaliko ehi pasiko panaiko bacatang veditamo vinyuhiti supanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho ujumadipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samichi panipangno bhagavato savaka sangho yadidang chattari purisa yugani atta purisa puggalam esa bhagavato savaka sangho ahuneyo pahuneyo dakineyo anjali karaniyo Anutarang punyakhetang lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a balanced, very patient, peaceful mind. Everyone, please start your meditation. If you are a no student, please start practicing the third step of Vipassana meditation. Observe the sensations on your neck and both the hands. And then when you're done, please start again with your head. If you're a new student, please practice either the first step of breathing meditation or the second step of breathing meditation. Please practice very, very ardently. Very, very ardently for the betterment of yourself, for the benefit of yourself, for the peace and happiness of yourself. Please practice very, very diligently and ardently. Everyone, please start your meditation. May your meditation be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Now, if your legs are hurting, you can change your posture. Or students, if you want, you can maintain the posture continuously until we finish the loving kindness meditation. Now, we are going to practice loving kindness meditation in brief. Loving kindness meditation in brief. First, let's share our loving kindness with yourself, with you. Please think, may I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards yourself first. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards your dear parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. Please think, me, my dear mother, me, my dear father, me, my dear teachers, relatives, and friends. Be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards your parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards the neutral people. Neutral people are the people in the world who don't fall into the category of friends or enemies. Please think, may all the neutral people be well, be happy, be peaceful. May all the neutral people be very peaceful, very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards the neutral people. Neutral people. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards the enemies. Before sharing loving kindness with them, first, please forgive for the mistakes that they did. Ask forgiveness for the mistakes that you did to hurt them. Then, please spread your loving kindness towards the enemies. Think, may my enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards the enemies. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. Please think about not only human beings, all kinds of beings in the world. Let them be insects, birds, reptiles, or any other creature. Please spread your loving kindness towards everyone. Everyone. Please think. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. All the beings in the world. Bhavatu Sambe Mangalang Rakantu Sambe Devata Samme Buddhanupamini Samme Dhammanupamini Samme Sanghanubhavine Sada Sutti Mavang Tutti. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Please open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax. Then please join your palms together and say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, hope all of you had a good silent meditation time. And at the same time, I hope that you could concentrate well. Whenever so you see the reality of our sensations again and again and again, your misunderstandings about yourself change. Your past habitual pattern of thinking, it changes. So then, so at least, so little bit of suffering, so that you have, it goes away. Let's suppose someone is carrying 100 kilos of 100 kilos or pounds of a bird. This person takes 1% of his away. Then that person is free from 1 pound or 1 kilo of that person's burden. So this is just like that. Even a small understanding, even a small understanding, even so letting go of slight so bit of negativities, that matters. So please practice very, very ardently. Very, very ardently. This is something that you do for yourself, not for anyone else. So please keep practicing very, very ardently. Now it is time for you to have a small break, have this usual break. So if you want to drink water or if you want to go to the bathroom, so please take these 3-4 minutes, and after that, please come back inside the hall. So if you don't want to go to the bathroom or drink water, please remain silent inside. Right now, it is the time for your break. What is your name? Khoe. Khoe. All right, that means good, right? Khong Khoe. Are you Vietnamese? All right. Tôi Khoe. I'm good. Okay. That's a Ria name. Is that right? So, uh, are there many people with that name? All right, maybe. You are the first one that I met. I know many Toys and many Hungs and so those names. First Koi. Yeah. Have you practiced? I think you have practiced meditation before, right? Have you practiced breathing meditation?
Not specifically breathing meditation. I go to insight meditation.
All right. That means, have you practiced Vipassana? Oh no, so you don't know.
Not specifically.
Right, right. Okay. Then for now, please keep practicing breathing meditation. Then gradually, I'll help you, like, little by little. If you need help in Vietnamese, please say. Everyone, please sit nicely and in a relaxed way. And now please join your palms together and say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, sadhu is similar to lanthai. You know lanthai, right? Yeah, okay. So, similar. So, at the beginning, if you do it, that means you welcome. And in the middle or at the end, if you do that, that means gratitude and thank you, right? Appreciation. So, dear Dhamma friends, so we have been practicing Vipassana meditation now. So almost 2 months. 2 months are done. We began in May, and June is gone. Now this is July. You only have how many months to practice it? 3 until October. So July, August, September, October, 4 more months only. And from those 4 months, this week is gone. You only have another maybe 3 weeks, 3 months and 3 weeks to practice that. So please practice very ardent. Time is passing so fast. Then, uh, so starting from that month, we were learning certain very important teachings that we need to know, which are related to the Vipassana meditation practice. We already learned about the 3 characteristics of life. Samuel, were you here at that time? Oh, that means more than 2 months now. Yes. So then, Mr. Manish, were you here at that time? Yeah. All right. Very nice. Then I don't have to remind. So, can you remember them so well? First one is Mr. Tim, impermanence. Second one, Mrs. Jane, suffering. Third one, Mr. Manish, no self. No self. So we learned about them. And then after that, we learned about the Four Noble Truths. The suffering, the noble truth about suffering, then the noble truth about the cause of suffering, the noble truth about the cessation of suffering, and finally, the noble truth about the path which leads to the cessation of suffering. And then I promise, I will teach you the Eighth Noble Path, the path to the path to the cessation of suffering, the path which leads to cessation of suffering, part by part. Right. So then, so starting, the first one among those is the right understanding. Certain people translate this as right view. So that's also fine, not wrong. The right understanding. In understanding is very, very important in anybody's life. Why do you feel like doing something in life? Right? Why do you feel like doing something in life? Anything. So if you don't get the answer, then think like this. So why I don't feel like doing something? Then sometimes you might get the answer. Why? Because you don't have motivation to do it. Then how can you get the motivation to do something? How do you get any motivation in life to do something? Yes, knowing the benefits. In other words, understanding. Whenever you have the knowledge, whenever you have the understanding about the benefits of something, right, then you get motivation to do something. Because of that motivation, you do it, right? So understanding is the one which leads you, is the root cause which leads you to action, right? Then there are various kinds of understandings. There are wrong understandings. So various kinds of understanding. So there are wrong understandings and right understanding, right? Uh, so in the general world, there are these two things, and in the spiritual practice, there are these two things too, right? Then we need the right understanding when we practice this Dhamma practice. That's very, very important. It is the one which gives us the motivation to practice. I'm going to share one traditional story that I always share every year when I teach about the right understanding. Hope you remember, all students remember. Um, it is the story about the blind man and the crippled man. Right? Blind man and the crippled man. Can you remember the story? All right. You don't remember? Okay. Let me remind it again for the benefit of new students. Long time ago in one village, there was a famine. People were dying. So the villagers, they wanted to move out from the village. Little by little, person by person, they were moving out. And finally, the village became empty. Then there were only there were only two people were remaining inside the village. One was a blind man, and the other was a crippled man. Uh, then the blind man, so he told the crippled man, he was so scared. He said, "I'm so scared. I think we both have to die because of starvation. There is no one to help us. We also cannot go to the city. We also cannot go to the city because there is no one to. So I cannot see. I cannot see, and you cannot walk. Right? Then, and then the crippled man, he said, "No, don't worry. If you help me, we won't die because of starvation." Then the blind man asked, How can you say that? There is a so what kind of help that I need to do to save both of us?" Then the blind man said, the crippled man said, then uh, you please, so please keep me, right? Please keep me on your shoulders. I will ask, so I have the eyes, even though I don't have legs, and you have the legs, even though you don't have the eyes. I will let you know the path. You have to follow the path as I tell you. Then finally, we'll be able to get out of this village, this region, and we'll be able to go to a safer place where there is prosperity. The crippled man said yes, and then, the blind man said yes, and then both of them, they helped each other. The crippled man got onto the shoulder of the blind man, and both of them uh, moved out of that region with famine. Right? Dhamma practice is the same. So effort is important. Effort is important. But if you don't have the right understanding, so uh, so you won't be able to become successful, even though how much effort you put. So, so there are so there are so many stories that come into my mind. If I go to tell all those things, then I won't be able to teach these things. So overall, just understand that understanding is the most important thing, right? So when it comes to the effect, so uh, in the dharma, so right understanding is the is the um, is the one where everything begins. Only when you rightly understand, so the basic things, basic understandings, when you have the right understanding, you get motivation to practice moral qualities, right? So if you don't understand that so killing is bad, right? If you don't understand the consequences of killing, right? So you are not going to stop yourself from doing it. Stealing is the same. And then so to practice right concentration, you need right understanding. If not, you are not going to practice that, right? So therefore, right understanding is the main thing in this practice, right? Then uh, then what is this right understanding that we need to develop, right? So let's learn. Please write them down one by one. So I will teach you them in brief, right? In brief, but we are going to be some of them we already learned to a sufficient level. We learned about certain some of them, and we are going to learn about certain things later on, right? So first one is so karma, karma. So understanding about the concept of karma. That's one of the right understandings that we need to develop. Right? So if we do good, good comes to us. So if we do bad, bad comes to us. So not only so in this life, so in the upcoming lives too. Right? Whatever the karmas that we did in the past, right? So it comes to us. And whatever the karmas that you do right now, it is bound to affect in this life or in the next life. Right? So we are going to learn about them deeper later on. I don't remember the exact month. I think maybe September and October, according to my memory. So we are going to learn about them. Somehow, just understand. We need to have the understanding, a good understanding about this. So concept, this nature of karma, nature of karma. And so there may be certain people who don't believe in so past lives or future lives. That's fine. We understand. So since you don't see such kind of thing with naked eyes, right? So naked eyes, you think so. But when you go deeper in the practice, you yourself see, right? Not all the sensations are so. Certain sensations, they arise out of nowhere, right? So you will see the impact of certain karmas. So by that way. So, but somehow, for now, I understand if someone doesn't believe in so past life or next life, we understand. But I have to understand this too. So all those teachers who, so especially the teachers who lived in so South Asia, so they told about this karma not because they copied it from the other teaching. All of them practice. So just like the Buddha, so Ajita Kambala also practice. So Pakuta Kachayana also practice. Jain Mahavir also practice. And then after that, so Sanjay Bellatiputta also practice. And then after that, all those great sages so who lived during that time. Let it be Pulasti, right? Let it be Bagu, let it be Kimbile, or all those teachers, they practice, right? They practice concentration meditation. When they practice concentration meditations, they could reach the fourth jhanic level, right? Fourth deep concentration level. When the mind became that much smooth, so they saw the nature of the nature of the series of their past lives, so according to their ability, right? But the way their perspectives were different. So the way so let's say let's say I show you this. I point my finger on these oranges, and I ask your opinion about these oranges. So, so you will have, some of you might have positive reviews. Some of you might not like this. So some of you might have funny ideas about this, right? Like that. So the thinking pattern of human beings, so that's different, right? So somehow the perspectives that they saw those, they were different. But all of them saw so this nature. That's why all those teachings they talked about this nature of karma. We have to understand. Not because they copied down it from the other teacher. Right? So those who didn't see, they didn't believe. Right? Charvaka. So he couldn't read those levels, he didn't believe. He said, so Yavat Jivan Sukan Jivit Rinang Krut Yavat Jivan Sukan Jivit to to live until you live with pleasure. I mean, joyfully. Rinang Krutva Mrutam Pivet. That means if you don't have money, lend money and drink ghee. I mean, drink ghee and enjoy. Right? So there were such kind of teachers during the Buddhist time. So Basmi Krutasya Dehasya Punara Gamanan Kruta. So Basmi Krutasya Dehasya means So when the body is buried, what kind of coming in or going out, right? So, he taught such kind of teaching. So Buddha criticized him, but somehow there were such kind of teachers even during the Buddhist time. We think uh, so. We think that so agnosticism, so it began today because of various kinds of modern teachers. No, there were so many in India and India. So a long time ago, even 2000, 3000 years ago. Right? Then, uh, so then we have to understand. So there is this: whenever we do good, good will happen. Whenever we do bad, bad will happen. Right? That's one right understanding that we need to develop. Then, then after understanding that, so we need to develop the second understanding. What is the right thing to do, and what is the wrong thing to do? Right? What is the right thing to do, and what is the wrong thing to do? That is the second right understanding that you need to develop. So whenever we do things in life, so we should have a perspective. We should have an understanding, general understanding. Both these understandings are general understanding, right? So, so what we have to understand what is the right thing to do and what is the wrong thing that you should not do that and that you should avoid. Then next one, three characteristics, three characteristics of life: anicca, dukkha, and anatta. We already learned about them. Anicca means impermanence. Everything is changing. Everything is in a constant process of change. Whatever the nature that we experience in the past moment, it is not right now. Whatever the experience that we have right now, it won't be in the next moment. So everything is in a constant process of change, impermanent, right? Then second one, dukkha means dissatisfaction or suffering. You can use any of those words. So we learned. So what are things that we have a constant dissatisfaction within us, right? So because of our own craving, we have developed a constant dissatisfaction with it. Since we don't understand the nature of impermanence, we have generated a constant, we have developed craving. Craving has created a constant dissatisfaction with it. That's number two. Number three is no self. So we are constantly changing, and the nature of dissatisfaction. So, so we cannot change that. So it is something which is inside our nature, right? So understanding that we have to, so we should try to come out of craving, but overall, so we have to understand there is no an eternal I. We are continuously changing. We are continuously changing. So there is no any eternal self, right? There is no self, right? Then when you develop this understanding, that's an so understanding about these three characteristics of life. That's also a good understanding, right? Right understand. Then next one is cause and effect phenomenon. Cause and effect phenomenon. So, so because of a cause, one effect arises. Then that effect becomes a cause. Then after that, so after that, because of that cause, another effect arises. So Buddha said, Asming sati idang hot. This is just like logic. So have you uh, heard of Greek logic? You know, so when it's simple, I mean, that theory is very simple. Like because of A, there is B, right? When A exists, then the B exists. When A is not, then the B is not, right? So when A disappears, B disappears too, right? So that very same theory Buddha taught. Uh, so so with the stanza 2,600, 500 years ago. Asming sati idang hot. So imasuppada idang upajjati. When this is there, then the other cause arises. Right? So when this cause arises, then that cause arises. When this cause disappears, then that effect, so that cause disappears too, right? That effect disappears too. So basically, this is the base of uh, so paticca samuppada, dependent origination. But earlier I taught this, but it's too deep. So therefore, for the benefit of everyone, so I thought if someone is interested, I will teach them individually, but not so during the public sessions. So the 10, so you learn 10 paramis, right? 10 perfection. You learn them instead of the 12 links teaching, right? Dependent origination teaching. So it's deep. So it describes about this cause and effect phenomenon, right? Right. Then overall, so we have to understand when there is a cause, then there is an effect. So we need to learn this theory. Wherever you go in this whole universe, this is the way how everything so continues. Right? So we have to develop that understanding thoroughly within. Everything has a cause, and that cause generates an effect, and that effect becomes a cause for another one, and it will lead to another effect, right? So that's how the world continues, right? So um, right, that's enough. So if I go to describe about the nature of universe, then so it will take some more time. So Buddha's description about the in brief, if I remind, so I think, have you heard about the Buddha's descriptions about the planets? So planets arising and passing away, right? I think I told Rami. So uh, Buddha talks about the originating period of a planet, and then originated period, and then after that, and then deteriorating period, then the deteriorated period, right? So in that one too, you can see how this cause and effect phenomenon continues, right? The very dust which created the world finally ends in dust, and that very dust later on create another planet, right? Another planet, so which will become dust again, right? So that's what I can briefly say. So please don't request me to give a longer description on it. So because if not, I won't have enough time to describe this. Then cause and effect phenomenon. We need to have a proper understanding about it. And then Four Noble Truths. Four Noble Truths. We already learned about them. We need to have a good understanding about Four Noble Truths too. So what is what is the noble truth of suffering? And then what is the noble truth about the cause of suffering? What is the noble truth about the cessation of suffering? And what is the noble truth about the path which leads to the cessation of suffering? So I hope you remember. Uh, so noble truth about the cause of suffering is the nature of birth, sickness, death, then after that decaying, then after that so departing from the loved ones and having to association the unloved things or ones. So, so whatever the things that you wish, they don't happen, something else happens. These kinds of things lead to the, so they contain the nature of suffering, and we experience them throughout the life, right? We learn, and then the five aggregates, rising and passing away of the five aggregates. That's also, so they also have the nature of the noble truth of suffering, right? Then we learned about it already. So if you want to learn about it, then we have to go to the recording of, so 5 weeks recording that we did 5 weeks ago, right? So I'm not going to promote my YouTube channel. So then, right. So then after that, you can get a good description about it. Then somehow we need to learn, have a good understanding about that. So noble truth, because we don't see that, right? That's something that you need to use your wisdom and understand, right? Then we need to understand about the second noble truth. What is the second noble truth? It's all about craving, the cause of suffering. So why all those things become suffering? Because, and how this suffering continues, because of our own craving that we artificially generated, because of our own ignorance, right? Then third one, the cessation from suffering. Can we come out of this suffering or not? Then Buddha says, when Buddha teaches, when the craving is gone, when the ignorance and craving is gone, whenever misunderstanding or ignorance is gone, then the craving will go. By that way, so we can become free from all the suffering and gain real peace and real happiness with it. Right. Then for that, Buddha teach on the fourth noble truth. Buddha teaches the path which leads to that cessation of suffering, letting go of suffering. So then four noble truths, and then next one, final one is eight noble path. Eight noble path. So we need to understand. We need, that's what we are going to learn during these upcoming 8 weeks. So when you develop these understandings, so they are right understandings about things. They are not understandings which are limited to Buddhists, Hindus, Christians, Muslims, atheists, or agnostics. So so these understandings are universal. These understandings are universal, right? So all wise people need to understand. So if they want to come out of suffering, so then if they want to experience real peace and real happiness within, they need to understand this. That's where the process begins, right? So then please develop these right understandings with it. And at the same time, there are certain wrong views that we need to let go. Right? Uh, so there are certain people who say that there is no mother, there is no father. So so there is no use of taking care of parents or elders or others. Right? So there is no use of giving. Right? Practicing generosity. There is no good karmas or bad karmas. Right? So there is no so there is no this birth or past birth or next birth, right? So there is no one can develop by practicing good qualities within, right? So no one can develop good qualities within, right? So no one can develop spiritual. So if someone develops these kinds of wrong views, so then those are wrong views that we develop. We have to avoid such kind of wrong views, right? And then uh, so when you develop these right understandings, what happens is, so you start to observe the world with open eyes, right? With colorless glasses. So when you observe the world with colored glasses, what happens? If you wear a blue glass, so when you look at the world, everything is blue, right? Then there is another person who has a red spectacle. So that person wears then sees the world, and that person sees everything in red. So both of them fight. The world is blue. One person says, "No, it's red." The other one argues. So the world is not red or blue at all, right? Once one king uh, wanted to show an elephant to a group of blind men. So all of them tied the elephant, and one of them tied the legs, and the other one tied the tail, and the other one tied the ears, right? The other one tied the trunk, and finally they started fighting. So saying, so what they saw is the right elephant, and the elephant that the opinion about the elephant in others, they say argued that it's wrong. So that's how it is. So therefore, right understanding develops when we observe the world with open-mindedness. When you observe it with these understandings, right? Then thoroughly we can develop these understandings deeper. And then whenever we develop these understandings within, then that helps us to develop the motivation to practice this path, right? So then please develop this right understanding with it. So I was to teach you about the Kisagotami story today, but we don't have enough time. So I'm going to teach you about that, teach you that story in the next week, right? So something for your curiosity, right? So then somehow, please develop this right understanding with it. That's where you are bound to get the motivation, right? Then right understanding will definitely create right concepts within, right? Then on those right concepts, so on the concepts we build our lives, right? So when you have right concepts within, so you live your life according to those concepts in the right way. When you have wrong concepts within, so you live your life wrongly. So so on those, so you build your life on those wrong concepts, right? So right understanding is very, very important in this practice. Okay. Now let's conclude. Everyone, please think with all of us gathered here and practice this noble, non-sectarian, pure meditation technique. And by that, we accumulated a lot of positive energy. By the power of all that positive energy, please think. May all our troubles be. May all the good things happen in our lives. May we be able to practice this noble, non-sectarian, pure Dhamma practice, meditation practice very ardently. practicing it, coming out of all the negativities, developing all positivities. May all of us attain real peace, real happiness, purification of mind, Nibbana. Everyone, please calmly concentrate. Join your palms together and please calmly concentrate. Abhimadena silisse nichang vada pachaino Chataro dhamma vadanti ayuvang sukang balang ayurarogya sangpatti saga sambatti me vati ato nimmane sangpatti iminati samijjatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May be well, may be happy, may be very peaceful. Take rest and see you again on next Friday evening. Tsukioto. Good night, everyone. Good night. Good night, Mr. Huan.
Good night, Bante. Thank
Good
you
night.
for wonderful teachings tonight.
Thank you.
All the good happen.
Appreciate
Good
it.
night, Miss Rita.
Good night. Have a good night.
All the good happen. Good night, Rahul and Pragati.
Good night, Bante. Thank you so much.
All the good happen. Good night, Miss Shenaz and Miss Tabio.
Good night, Bante.
All the good happen.